Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzing Pattaya, the show we talk about things happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information, and advice. And today, I'm absolutely delighted. Casey's joining me from Town and Country. Probably, how you doing, my friend?
Very well, very well. You?
Do you know what? I'm really, really big. Guys, now listen, I'm going to go off in a little tangent in a minute because I want to talk about Casey's been here. How many years you been here now?
27.
27 years. So 27 years of knowledge. And I'm going to, because you specialise in property, real estate, in a minute, so you've got your finger on the pulse. We're going to talk about a few things that I need to know the answer to, but also Movers and Shakers. You've resurrected Movers and Shakers.
Yes.
That's fantastic. And if you're in business, guys, trust me, this is something you want to learn about because it's, if you're here particularly, fantastic networking for local businesses and like-minded people here. And if you're actually available online, if you're business trading online, again, this is a fantastic opportunity to connect with very, very powerful influencers here that are in the business community. So it's great that you've done that. I'm so pleased.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so and you still got your hair.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, I'm pulling it out sometimes, but yes, we're still around.
So 27 years, mate.
Yeah, it's a long
What
time.
got you over here?
My passion for food, to be honest.
Was it?
Yeah, I've got a background of 20 years of hospitality in Europe, and until a friend of mine invited me to set up a luxury restaurant in Asia. And I said, where in Asia? And he said, well, in Thailand. Oh, where in Thailand? He said, in Pattaya. Okay, I'm in. So we opened up a restaurant on Beach Road called Samsara.
Yeah.
And it was very successful, but it only lasted for 2 years because we sold it to Pizza Hut.
Oh.
And then slowly but surely I rolled into real estate. And last June, Town and Country Property, my company, celebrated its 20th anniversary.
20th anniversary, fair play, fair play. So 27 years ago, what was Walking Street like?
Oh.
Was it even there?
It was the same length as it is now.
Okay.
But there's a bit more neons at the moment. And but what's more interesting from a property perspective is that large chunks of Pattaya City were still greenfields. So I've seen the whole property industry moving in and onto Pattaya City. Slowly but surely, all these greenfields disappeared, and the city became mature.
So let's go back to the 27 years ago then. So when you were looking at Walking Street and around Pattaya City and the way it's developed, I'm guessing back then there was a lot of rumours saying, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And right now, as we sit here now, we've got a lot of rumours going on right now. So how many times have you been told that there's going to be a luxury cruise liner coming into the city and that they're going to dig out Ballyhigh Pier and allow that to happen? Well, what's your thoughts on these kind of rumours?
Well, in particularly about the cruise line, and I think you know that of me, but me and my son, we always go on a cruise, right? Since years already. So I really love the idea if they would do it, because I think it could for the city, for the image of the city. Whether they're going to do it, that's always a question mark, right? So it's kind of the same like when there's a new mayor election. They always fold out the plans of having a high-speed train or a BTS in Pattaya City, to improve public transport, and it never materializes. So what about the rumor of the casino?
I know, yes.
Or half of Walking Street that becomes a boulevard. And so there's a couple of them. Whether they're going to materialize or not, let's see. But any idea that benefits the image of Pattaya, I think, is very welcome.
I think there's a strong sort of push now because they've taken a lot of the neons down in Walking Street.
Yeah.
And do you think that they really are going to really push towards changing the demographic of Walking Street, being the fact that that's the most famous street in the whole of Thailand?
No, not at all. See, the reason why these neons came down was just another step into the direction, see how good I am. If there's a new guy in charge, they always do things like this, right? So they call it for fire safety. Now, the secret about Walking Street is actually not that much the Agogo girls that are dancing there. It's more of a tourist attraction. It became a real tourist attraction. I remember a couple of years ago, I had a customer, he was interested in buying an entertainment venue, and he asked me on a Friday night, I would like to inspect the property at 8 o'clock evening. I said, okay, I'll be waiting for you at the entrance of Walking Street at Starbucks. And he called me, he said, I'm a little bit late, I'm on my way from Bangkok, but I'll be there around 8:30. So I was sitting there, watching the traffic that was walking into Walking Street. And to my surprise, it's not the old ugly men like we are, but it's couples, it's families with young children, having their handy cam ready to make pictures of the neons. And like I said, it's a tourist attraction, and it's certainly not the intention of Thailand to make Walking Street the most popular street in Thailand, for sure. But it is what it is, for people that feel tempted to go there and visit, that's your call. But there's 100,000 other things you can do in Pattaya that are it's nice.
I know, yeah. People don't ever get that. The amount of people say to me, it's just a sleazy this, that, and the other. I'm like, actually, there's 27 golf courses here. There's more tourist attractions than any other region of Thailand. There's so much going on here.
You could say the same thing about Bangkok, if people ask me, oh, you live in Pattaya, right? Oh, wow. You go to Walking Street. Say, well, where do you live then? In Bangkok. Okay. So you go to Nana Plaza every night? Yeah. So it's your call, right? So
yeah. So in terms of like nowadays, I mean, how's the property market in general here?
See, I compare the property market like the waves in Hawaii. If you're on a surfboard on a lucky day, the wave goes up high and then go low. And see, as a broker, we kind of always benefit of the condition of the market, no matter what it is. If the prices are low, investors are buying in, and they sell off at the prices are high. So on this wave, we kind of always, going through the zones of, it's not black, it's not white. We're always a bit gray.
Yeah.
But the property market in general, I think it's at the moment during low season, it's a bit quiet. But it's also a bit quiet because of the political unrest, so to say. People don't really know what's going on back in Bangkok and what's happening with who's going to be the prime minister. Shinawatra just arrived this morning on Bangkok airport, which is a fact, it's confirmed. So let's see. I don't know. But in general, running a business like Town and Country Property for 20 years now, and I'm still here.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
I'm going to ask you one question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, because I don't know how this might be, but what's your thoughts on the waterfront? Because it seems to have just dug its heels in there, and it's just an eyesore. And correct me, because I know I'm going to say this, right? So in case he's going to explain the real side of it. The way I see it is that isn't there a loggerheads that they changed the distance between the edge of the water was less to be 100 meters or something like that, and then the fire stairwell on the right hand side was too narrow, and that they had to change stuff, and then they said, right, we're not doing it. They pulled out, and so the city won't pay to bring the building down. Now that's the kind of rubbish. Well, not rubbish. That's what's going around. Now tell me the real thing, if you don't mind.
Yeah, there's a lot more rumors than this.
Okay.
That, right? So, well, first of all, I think it's a shame.
Yeah, definitely.
That the waterfront is not completed.
Yeah.
It should have been completed 6 years ago, and it would have been a landmark for Pattaya City, absolutely. I know the developers in the background, and my personal opinion, there's two rumors that kind of stand out, right? One is that there's an issue related to the ownership of the clear title deeds.
Okay.
Because that's still a dispute between government and who actually owns these title deeds. When the waterfront was born and bought by a group of Israeli investors, it came with an approved EIA license.
I gotcha.
So there was no issue whatsoever that this building wouldn't be approved. However, when it became a viral argument by a few visitors on top of the Pratanak Hill, that said, hey, our king on the horse, the statue which is there, is instead of overlooking the city and make sure everything is positive and cool, now suddenly looking at this building, what's going on there? Who's the developer? Who built it? And I think out of this viral discussion, perhaps some, let's say some people were stepped on toes that they better could not do, something like this. And then you had the intervention of the change of government, whereby Prayut came in charge, and any of the local governors or mayor or really were kind of held back to take a firm decision whether this building would continue, yes or no.
Gotcha.
Now, to take this building down is a major operation. It would be much better to try and to to connect these partners back to each other again and just finish on the building and solve the problem. Whether that's going to happen, I don't know. And I know a little bit more, but
no, that's fair enough. No, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Well, I mean, fingers crossed, like you said, if they did finish it off, what an iconic building.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, what an iconic building. Isn't, you know, fingers crossed that they can come to some conclusion in the near future.
I hope so.
It's been a few years now.
Yeah, I hope so.
Talking about a few years, Movers and Shakers.
Yeah, that's a few years.
I can't believe it. I mean, now I just want to explain. Movers and Shakers is basically it's a corporate networking opportunity to come into some beautiful places. We're here at the Amari, which is a 5-star hotel. It's very, very nice. And you've just put together what I can only say is like the elite of the elite networking opportunities that you can come to if you're in the business. Yeah. But you shrug your shoulders occasionally, but you've done an incredible job. When did Movers and Shakers first start? That was a long time ago.
The first event was held on 25th of September in 2009.
2009?
That's nearly 15 years ago.
Just rolled off the tip of your tongue there.
And certainly 15 kilos ago.
Where did the idea come from?
I was the chairman of the Lighthouse Club.
Oh,
I stepped down when the Lighthouse Club, I thought, reached its peak, which was a sit-down gala dinner for more than 250 guests, paying a handsome fee to get in. And I thought, it can't get much bigger than this. And I thought, I'll give it back to the committee, and I'm going to concentrate on real estate. However, people started to ask me, why don't you become involved in yet another network or something of some kind? And I remember I was at one of the British Chamber networking events. Back then, many years ago, was basically just a 1-month event from one Irish pub to another.
Oh, yeah.
And with much respect, it was a Friday evening piss-up. But I was the co-sponsor there, and I was seated outside on the terrace and with a couple of friends. And I said, let's try to organize maybe a golf tournament. And then if we organize a golf tournament, because not everybody is into golf, and then when there's the pricing at the end of the tournament, we come together with people that are also invited to join us for some kind of a networking event.
I gotcha.
And one of my friends was in the moving business, literally, and for a company in Bangkok, and he brought up, how are we going to call it? I said, well, I don't know, what about Shakers and Movers? I'm from Holland, right? So I'm not a native English speaker. And he corrected me, and he said, no, it's not Shakers. It's Movers and Shakers.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when it was born on the 25th of September, 2009. The golf tournament was a Texas Scramble. I think there's a maximum pack of 125 or something that can play.
I'm rubbish at golf.
I'm not a golfer.
No, same as that. I'm rubbish.
Anyway, so that was fully booked very quickly. But then to my surprise, there was a total of 400 guests that showed up on the evening. And at around 7:30, it was plashed away by a rainstorm that took about 20 minutes. But luckily, we had a bit of shelter, so nobody could leave back to the car because they would be soaking wet. So everybody was taking a shelter. And then after 20 minutes, the event resumed again. And, it was very, very successful. But I learned one thing. I'm never going to do an outdoor event anymore. Right. So from there on, we started to organize the events in really, I would say, posh.
Oh, yeah.
Not only in Pattaya, but also in Bangkok.
Yeah, I've been to.
We've done a lot in Bangkok, and I would say nearly every 5-star hotel we visited, even up to the St. Regis when they just opened up. And it was very colorful, and it was very interesting because when you organize events in Bangkok, it's very segmented. Segmented means that if you are on a hotel in Sukhumvit area, you have a Sukhumvit crowd. If you're in the Ceylon area, you have a Ceylon crowd. Riverside, etc., etc. So in terms of quality networking, that was really, really good because every event, all the faces, all the guests changes. So you keep on meeting new interesting people. In Pattaya, it's more like a family welcoming.
Yeah.
And especially now, after 2 years of silence, we did one last year at the Marriott Courtyard in Warmat, which was also very successful. But people still had to get used to the idea of, we don't need to wear a face mask.
Yeah.
But now everybody's kind of back to normal, and here we are. this Friday.
This Friday, yeah. Couple of days time.
5th of August, yeah, a couple of days' time. So let's see what happens.
What time does it start?
We kick off at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So explain a bit more about Movers and Shakers. It's not just a networking. It's a fantastic venue, but obviously there's free flow drinks available. There's a fantastic buffet.
Yes.
Explain a bit more about that.
We charge only 750 baht to get in, to join.
Yeah.
Which entitles you for a free flow, like you said, of nice drinks and food provided, but also a lot of entertainment. So we are known for quality entertainment. We are known for special surprises. It's a bit of a, I would say, glamorous event. You know,
it's great.
The ladies dress up.
They love it.
And so I'd like to keep it that way because it gives this little niche to the event, right? So. And because we don't have members for Movers and Shakers, people just come and go as they wish. So that means we don't care about your nationality background or business background or male, female, whatever. We welcome everyone. And that makes the Movers and Shakers events very colorful.
Yeah.
And so it's casual networking in a posh way, but very nice. It's fun.
I have to say, guys, if you are here on holiday and you're in the business world of being able to communicate with business clients via online, then, get in touch. I'll put all the details down to me because, honestly, you are literally what Casey does is he just picks up everybody that's in business here and puts them into one location point and says, have a walk around and say hello. And the connections that you can make here are fantastic.
Fantastic.
And it's not just here as well. Guys come down from Bangkok. I've been to a few of your events, and they're brilliant. And I'm chatting to guys. Oh, where are you from? Oh, I've come down from Bangkok. Really? Wow.
Many.
You reach a big audience.
It's a good excuse to have a nice weekend in Pattaya on the beach, anyway. And but we are jointly promoted with the British Chamber of Commerce, Dutch Chamber of Commerce. So all of their members reach our invitation to join. And yes, there's a lot of interest from Bangkok business people for sure.
Yeah, well, there you go, guys. Friday, get yourself down there. Honestly, you won't be disappointed. In terms of organising these events, I'm guilty. I just chip up and say, hey, Casey, how you doing, mate? Cheers. Lovely. Well done. What's the biggest headache?
The biggest headache? Wow. That's a very good question. Actually, there is a little bit of stress that pairs with organising the event.
Yes.
First of all, you can't buy a pre-sale ticket. So we don't do any memberships. We don't know who's coming, who's not coming. We have no ideas about quantity. We know the quality, but not the quantity.
Okay.
So in and after COVID, I noticed that a lot of the ingredients for Movers and Shakers became a lot more expensive.
Right.
It's not just the venues that we're paying for and the food, but it's also the alcohol, the beer and the wines and whatever. They really increased in price. And so we really need to get the numbers in for this Friday, because if not, I have to chip it in by myself. And that would mean the end.
We don't want that. But you just took the words out of my mouth, because I was just about to say to you, if you're going to have to fund it, then I guess that probably put a big...
But luckily, we have a number of good sponsors for this upcoming event. The title sponsor is ESS Development.
Yeah.
They are the developers of their two signature projects, Sensory on Midtown Villas, which is in central Pattaya.
Okay.
And another Sensory Pool Villa project in Koh Chang.
No.
That's very walking distance from the beach. It can't be better.
Well, what we'll do, guys, is I'll drop the links to those properties in that we just spoke about. So I'll put all the links in there for
you, so
people can connect. And also, get in touch. Likewise as well, not just about Movers and Shakers. Movers and Shakers is fantastic. It really is. And I'm not just saying I'm sat with you. I've been to many, many of these. They really are very well put together. You're mixing with like-minded people. If you're in business, honestly, it's just, if you ever came here and thought, cool, I'd like to get into business here, but I don't know how to do it. Come along, guys, because you're going to meet probably 300, 400, 500 of local business people here that can answer all your questions. It really is just a walk through the door and shake hands and, hey, here you go. Bring your business card and just come and enjoy the event, because it really is fantastic. What I'll also do is, if you are thinking about buying a property, if you're looking for a property, like Casey said, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Very, very highly respected in the property industry here. So again, we'll put the links to all Town and Country property in there.
Very nice.
There. We're about to finish.
Okay.
Before we finish, I'll ask everybody this question. So now's the clue: is whether he's ever watched my videos. No. We're too busy.
Which video?
But don't do anything. Don't do anything. So we've got a guy sat across the road there. He's just come in, never been to Pattaya before, never ever set foot in this city. I say, son, put your case down there. Come and sit next down to Casey. What would be your words of advice?
Thank you for the invitation. No, what I would say, if somebody's kind of new to the Pattaya Sea, but if you got your head screwed on and you've got a good mindset in terms of, positive thinking, join us. I mean, why not? If you want to pick my brain at any time, or Trevor's, we're always there to help people.
That'd be a short pick.
And
for me, that is for me.
But for good advice and for some good ideas, I think we know the market quite well. You as well, by the way. So,
yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's been a pleasure, my friend.
Okay, good.
Been an absolute pleasure. Guys, Casey here from Town and Country Property. Get in touch, guys. Honestly, Friday, only a few days' time. Get yourself down to the Amari. It's very easy to find. It's on Beach Road. Literally, you come down the hill, around the bend. It's the second hotel up on the left-hand side. It's really nice, 5-star. So come in and just mix with like-minded people. Honestly, if you're in business, it is an absolute must event that you've got to attend because it really is brilliant. And of course, free flow wine and beer and loads of great food. What more could you want? And the ladies look amazing. Amazing. All right, so that's it from us, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out another video. Have a look on Discord. Discord now over 13,000 members in this, growing daily. There's more and more people joining. It's a wealth of knowledge. It's totally free of charge. So have a look on there, guys. There's loads of experienced people on there that can answer questions for you if you are thinking of coming out here. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's a link to our members area on our website, buzzingpattaya.com. Have a look on the menu, left-hand side. Click on that button. It will show you there what I can't show you. All right, that's it from me. That's it from Casey. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And please, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.